So I don't know if you heard, but ISIS, they're beheading a lot of foreign journalists, right? And in an attempt to terrorize us, to make us crazy and start to make decisions out of fear, right? That's what terrorism is. They want you to make decisions out of fear, which is the worst place to make decisions. Turns out Chris Hardball's been freaking out over this, just like the terrorists want him to. And he had a guy on. Here's what he's talking about. He can't get over. Well, here, let's listen to him.
Yes. And
what do you do to stop the beheadings?
That's.
He's like, what do we do to stop the beheadings? The guy tells him, can't do anything.
You can't.
Well, you mean this president's going to sit there in the Oval Office, go to bed every night, knowing that the next day, the next Wednesday, the next whatever, there's going to be another beheading? This side, how do you stop them from doing what they're doing is my question. Is there no way to stop them?
Chris, again, this is a bad thing that they behead a journalist, but this is exactly what they want you to. We got to stop them. What do we do? How do we got to? You don't stop. So now he just starts to start crapping his pants for absolutely no reason. He starts making up other crazy scenarios, like what if they start grabbing hikers? Listen to what he says.
But that's not the problem. There's all kinds of journalists. There's probably missionaries over there straggling hikers. There's a lot of Americans they could get their hands on.
What is he talking about? There's a lot of missionaries over there. They're strangling hikers. What is he talking about?
Are the missionaries strangling the hikers?
People are not letting the whole turmoil in the Mideast stop their hiking trip.
Stop their what?
Their hiking trip.
Yes, people are still hiking over in the borderless region of Syria and Iraq. People are still. There's a lot of good land up there to hike. You get a good hike in.
So camping territory. And you got a nice hike in, and then there's like a Starbucks at the end of the trail, and you can sit down and kick back.
And Chris Matthews thinks we should go to war to protect all the hikers. That's what this is about. So now the guy lays out the reality of the situation in a very sober, dispassionate tone, the kind we need here. And listen to what...
True, but this is this broader problem with kidnapping and what's our response to kidnapping. European governments pay huge ransoms, up to $10 million per prisoner. The U.S. and the Brits, we don't pay these ransoms.
Okay, so that's the deal. The European countries pay ransom to these guys when they kidnap people. The United States, we decided we don't do that. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We're not going to give you a ransom. So this is what happens. And if you're a journalist in a war area with terrorists like this is the chance you take. So now watch. So that's pretty dispassionate. That's pretty real, right? That's a guy giving you some sober analysis of the situation. Here's Chris Matthews.
We seem to accept that if you fall into this situation, you may die.
I don't know if you're getting at my point. There's a nationalistic reaction. This country's been attacked. It's not a criminal act by one group of people against a couple of our people. It's an attack on our country. How can the president stop this attack on our country, this humiliation, this taunting of him and our country by beheading people on international television? They're sending us pictures of this.
Chris, if you could freak out more about people sending the pictures of the beheading, I'd like to see it. I mean, could he be more out of his mind right now?
You know what?
Jimmy, in response to the beheadings, the only person who talks like he doesn't have a head is Chris Matthews.
Yes, exactly right. Very well put.
I just don't understand why he keeps saying that he's being humiliated. Humiliated.
Exactly. That's a good point, Steph. That's why I've originally got this clip, because he keeps saying, we're being humiliated. What? We're not. I'm not humiliated.
So his point is, let's go in and bomb them and kill a lot of innocent people, and that'll
save face.
Because we're being humiliated. Because I don't feel humiliated. Do you feel humiliated, Frank?
No. I mean, I just feel that this group is evil and they're doing a horrible thing. But as we learned 10 years ago, the answer is not to invade the country and start a war. That just makes things worse.
Right.
The fact that Obama might be thinking about things and trying to figure out what the best thing to do is, and that it's going to take a little time, I'm more reassured by that than if he was just doing what John McCain and Chris Matthews want him to do.